Right now at 6, a Pittsburgh doctor loses their license after a patient dies from an anesthesia overdose.
And Merry Christmas, a very warm and breezy day again. I'll have that full details coming up.
Plus, the former Carthage Parks and Recreation Director files a wrongful termination lawsuit against the city.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News at 6 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Donald O'Keefe. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I don't know if we're having some technical difficulties, but at least on our end we see some green screens. But you know, we're just feeling really in the Christmas spirit. Want to have you guys see some green as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just in the Christmas spirit. I know you have a little reindeer hat as well.
Yeah, actually, in the spirit of Christmas, I'm going to put on this reindeer hat if it fits my head here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it even has a nice smile on his head too.
We're here. We're excited to be here. We hope you guys are having a great holiday and Christmas morning so far. You know, it's going to be a good time. And you know, as disappointed as I am to not have a white Christmas, you really can't ask for nicer weather to travel in, at least in the 4 states.
No, you can't. I mean, if you're going to a Christmas lunch or even dinner today, it's going to be amazing outside. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. I'm actually going to keep the hat on for this because I think it's pretty awesome. So, looking pretty nice out there right now. It's a very comfortable morning. We're seeing well above average temperatures for this time of year. Right now, 7th and Rangeland, like I said, looking pretty good out there. It might be a green screen because, you know, like I said, we're in the Christmas spirit, so I have a green screen behind me, but I don't know if it's green for you guys. 32nd and rain line, everything is green. Everything is all green all over the place. 20th range line too, it's all green. However, though, we do have a fog advisory that is here for us until noon today in the northern counties and northwestern counties. There is a bit of fog out there, so if you're waking up right now and you're driving anywhere in Iola, Chanute, Yates Center, Fredonia, and Sedan, you guys have a bit of fog, specifically in Chanute there, just about 1/4 of a mile of visibility, so definitely on the foggier side. Taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 59 there in Pittsburgh. Pretty comfortable temperatures all across the board. You guys are a little bit cooler out there to the northwest and Yates Center. That's where pretty much a lot of that fog is. Most of the area looks pretty good with temperatures in the upper 50s and mid 60s. So our future track for today, mostly sunny skies on the breezier side. You're going to see mostly sunny skies until you get to the afternoon. Some clouds are going to start pushing in, but we're going to stay relatively dry. So if you're planning your day, high of 76 degrees, but wind gusts about 30 miles an hour. But I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up.
Donald, thanks. The Kansas State Board of Healing Arts suspends a Pittsburgh doctor's license after a patient dies from anesthesia overdose. Dr. Jacqueline Eustace, who founded Renew Medical and Spa, practiced family medicine and dermatology treatments. According to the state board, Eustace administered excessive lidocaine to a 67-year-old woman during cosmetic procedures in 2024. The patient suffered seizures, became unresponsive, and died from lidocaine toxicity. The board says Eustace misrepresented how much anesthesia she gave the patient. The emergency order takes effect immediately and remains in place pending further proceedings. You can read more at KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, a suspect is in jail, accused of using a gun to steal from the Tractor Supply Company in Pittsburgh. Officers located and arrested the suspect in Frontenac without incident, seizing a loaded handgun. The suspect faces aggravated robbery charges and is being held without bond. Well, holiday travel is in full swing and AAA is expecting a record number of motorists on the road. The company says that 109 million Americans will travel by car, a 2% increase from last year. Tips from AAA include practicing patience in busy traffic, yielding for emergency personnel and roadside assistance technicians, and having a sober driver if you drink alcohol.
Overall travel, we're expecting more than 122 million Americans. So that's a lot of people moving all at once. Make sure you're planning accordingly and getting to where you want to be without having to rush.
Well, according to AAA, the company is prepared to come to the rescue of around 10,000 motorists in Kansas and Missouri alone during the holiday travel period. Well, another sure sign of the holiday shopping until the very last minute. Some folks out at the North Park Mall in Joplin did just that. While some Christmas shoppers were looking to score some last-minute deals, some just wanted to finish their list.
It's definitely stressful. A lot of the things that you looked at missing, it's definitely harder. A lot of the people are out here doing the same thing, so you're running into a lot of people that are just stressful shopping.
Yeah, generally. I feel like, especially on jewelry, they usually have good deals right before Christmas.
If you didn't get all of your Christmas shopping done, hopefully Santa's got you covered. Well, that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. You may soon be waiting not for a delivery truck, but a delivery drone. A look at safety concerns in our ever more crowded skies as working drones become more popular. Plus, Christmas can be a lonely time for many, especially those facing poverty and homelessness. How One Job, One Organization is hoping to create a welcoming place for those in need. And as you prepare to hit the roads and travel to see family and friends for the holidays, Donald will have a look at your Christmas forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch, the Pentagon is pressing into service additional National Guard troops in Louisiana. Tuesday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth authorized the activation up to 350 Louisiana Guardsmen. Officials said it's to support federal law enforcement in New Orleans and other cities across the state. In late September, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry had requested the activation of up to 1,000 Guard troops. The reinforcements will be on Title 32 orders, meaning under the control of the governor and not federal. They'll be activated through at least February 28th. One instructor at the University of Oklahoma has been let go over a student paper on gender. According to the New York Times, the student Samantha Fulnecki wrote her essay in favor of traditional gender definitions based on biblical teachings. Fulnecki cited the Bible and said the concept of multiple genders is, quote, a lie and, quote, demonic. The instructor, Mel Kurth, who is also a graduate student at the university, said the assignment had not met her requirements and graded it a 0. Fulnecki filed a grade appeal and complained to the university. The university granted her appeal, removing the assignment from her total point value. University officials put Kurth on leave and said they reviewed her prior grading standards, concluding this was an isolated case. Officials announced Kurth would no longer have teaching duties at the university. Meanwhile, Kurth has hired an attorney. While today is Christmas, it's possible you're one of millions of Americans still waiting on a package to arrive. And while you're looking to see the delivery truck and the driver pull up to your house, one day you might just be waiting on a drone to drop that package on your doorstep. But what about safety concerns in our ever more crowded skies? Here's CNN aviation correspondent Pete Montine.
You are watching what could be the future of deliveries. All you need is a phone to order a drop-off from a drone.
One of the things we like to say is we're approximating teleportation.
Eric Watson is the head of systems engineering for Zipline, a drone delivery startup that's taking on Goliaths like Google and Amazon in hopes of being a household name.
How common is this going to be?
If you live in some places right now, this is already common.
Dallas is the test bed for drone delivery, where at about 20 different Walmarts, Zipline has deployed what it calls drone nests. When an order comes in, workers take the package out to a Zipline drone, docked and ready to go. But to see how it really works, they let me try it. I picked what I wanted through the company's app, specified the drop-off point, and about 10 minutes later...
Oh, there it is. I can see it.
Nailed it.
Open it up. There's my brown sugar. We have transcended the need to have to go to your neighbors for this. That's pretty cool.
It is just a taste of what the Trump administration wants nationwide, requiring major changes to safety standards in the sky. The Federal Aviation Administration's proposed rule is called Beyond Visual Line of Sight. It would allow delivery drones to fly themselves autonomously with one person monitoring multiple drones from inside a control room.
Our airspace is already taxed to the max.
Captain Jason Ambrosi heads the Airline Pilots Association, which submitted one of 3,000 public comments on the proposed rule.
We're calling on the FAA to make sure they do a robust safety risk assessment to ensure that you're not diminishing the safety standards by allowing these drones to operate in airspace where the traveling and shipping public are operating every day.
The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating how 2 Amazon drones hit a crane in Arizona in October. Now, pilots fear a drone colliding with a commercial flight could spell disaster. FAA Administrator Brian Bedford.
We can make drones recognize aircraft that are transponding and take evasive action.
The drone industry's top lobby insists safety is paramount. It anticipates a final rule allowing this nationwide in the new year. Part of a new frontier, flying to your doorstep.
Being able to have products delivered where you need them, when you need them, with a right-sized solution that's good for the environment, safe, quiet, and seamlessly integrates into our communities, that's the world that I want to live in.
Well, still to come, a Virginia boy battling an extremely rare form of cancer gets some extra special holiday surprises. Plus, as you prepare to hit the roads and travel to see your family and friends for the holidays, Donald will have a look at your Christmas forecast. Good morning, I'm Samantha Walker with your KOAM News Updates. Dr. Jacqueline Eustace, who founded Renew Medical and Spa in Pittsburgh, practiced family medicine and dermatology treatments, has her license suspended. According to the state board, Eustace administered excessive lidocaine to a woman during cosmetic procedures in 2024. The patient suffered seizures, became unresponsive, and died from lidocaine toxicity. The board says Eustace misrepresented how much anesthesia she gave the patient. Well, a suspect is in jail accused of using a gun to steal from the Tractor Supply Company in Pittsburgh on Tuesday. Officers located and arrested the suspect in Frontenac without incident. The suspect faces aggravated robbery charges and is being held without bond.
And we're going to see well above average temperatures through the weekend, especially today for Christmas Day, high is 76 degrees. On the windier side, it's going to definitely drop off temperature-wise by Monday, getting back to around average. But then we're going to warm up right around New Year's Day, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Well, Christmas can be a lonely time for many, especially those facing poverty and homelessness. In Joplin, Watered Gardens is opening its doors to create a warm, welcoming community. KOAM's Ty Parks has more.
Christmas can be a lonely time of the year for some people. Watered Gardens in Joplin is opening its doors to try to fill that void.
And feel the warmth of Christmas, things that we feel every Christmas Eve with family, but so many people who are struggling in poverty and homelessness don't have that kind of social connection. They don't have that family to surround them. And so we want to make sure to fill that gap at this special time of year. So we always open our doors on Christmas Eve.
During the service, the Watered Gardens team raffled off 2 bicycles. After a service with Christmas carols and the telling of the Christmas story, people will be served.
They're not going to stand in line and get their meal. We'll actually have volunteers and team members who are going to serve plates to people today and just make it a very special time for them.
This would not be possible without volunteers that give up their time to prepare and serve the food.
Family lives a couple thousand miles away, and it's just my husband and I out here in Missouri. And because we don't have any family here, we enjoy our community and we like to give back. It fills my heart. I love to serve. I have a servant's heart, and I love to help others and give back.
Watered Gardens is here to keep the reason for the season alive.
At this special time of year, we've got to remember that there are people who just don't have the family and the warm connections that we often enjoy this time of year. And for a lot of people, this is a time when folks struggle with depression.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Watered Gardens is offering Christmas carols, heartfelt stories, and meals, reminding everyone that no one should be alone this season. And now here's Donald with a quick look at your forecast.
Well, those record-breaking highs are going to stick around through the weekend before a cold front moves in on Sunday and Monday, but I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up after the break. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's turning out to be a pretty nice Christmas. On the warmer side, too. Don't expect a white Christmas, unfortunately, but who can argue with these amazing temperatures? Downtown Pittsburgh looked pretty good. 7th and Range Line looking pretty good. People are probably sleeping in a bit this morning. If you probably had the day off, so you're like, I want to sleep in before I get up and have that chaos of opening all those presents. So looking pretty good. Maybe there is some people just out there. People do have to work on Christmas morning like we are, but we enjoy being here telling you guys the forecast. So we do have a fog advisory out there right now for the northern counties and northwestern counties of the 4 states. That expires until noon today. So if you're out driving in Iola, in Yates Center, you have 0 miles of visibility. So very, very dense fog there. In Chanute, just 0.2 of a mile visibility there. Fredonia, just over 2 miles, and Sedan, just under 4. So definitely some very dense fog. So just be careful if you're driving in any part of that by those towns. So taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 59 degrees in Pittsburgh. Very well above average temperatures for this time of year, especially for Christmas morning. It is December after all. Look at our future track. This is today at noon. Winds out of the southwest, bringing in that warm air. Going to see mostly cloudy skies, mostly sunny skies until we get to the afternoon. We're going to see clouds start to build in a bit. And you can't rule out there could be a sprinkle or two in some of the areas out there because there is a bit of moisture out there. So not much accumulation though. Getting to Friday morning, still winds out of the southwest. We're going to see mostly clear skies through all of Friday. Winds are going to be coming out of the north by the time we get to Friday afternoon, but we're still going to be warming up to the lower 70s for Friday. Getting into Saturday morning, we're going to have mostly clear skies as we're getting up about 7 a.m. And then as we get to Saturday afternoon, winds still coming out of the southwest, a bit breezy, but still staying well above average. And then as we get into Sunday morning, still going to have winds out of the south, but things are going to change by Sunday. But why are we going to be so warm over the next today, tomorrow, and even into the weekend? We're going to see temperatures still around well above average because of a nice flow of the southerly winds, high pressure system down there in the Gulf that's bringing in those warmer temperatures to that warmer air to our area. So for your day, for 8 a.m., 62 degrees, mostly sunny skies until we get at about 70 degrees about 11 a.m. So a great start to our Christmas morning. 76 degrees for a high. It is going to be a bit breezy though, gusting up to 30 miles an hour, but that 76 is going to break a record for a high, even for the overnight low. Look at that. 59 degrees for an overnight low, still a bit gusty, gusting up to about 30 miles an hour. So like I said, we're going to see 76 today. So let's take a look at some statistics. Our average high is 46 degrees. Our average low is 27. The warmest Christmas on record so far was in 2016. It was 72 degrees. So since today is going to be 75, 76 degrees, we could break that record, and this will be the warmest Christmas on record. And I mean, like I said, it might even be the warmest December on record because the average high has been well above average for the last week. The average monthly high will be right around 49, 50 degrees, and that'll be the warmest on record for a while. But the cold is coming again by Sunday night into Monday as well. You see we're going to be in the 50s pretty much through Saturday, dropping way down to 20 and into the teens early next week. So it's definitely going to be pretty cold, and reminding you that it is winter. But taking a look at our 10-day, you can see 70 stick around through Saturday, dropping off into the 60s by Sunday as the cold front starts to push in. Showers are going to be there for Sunday, and then cold temperatures by Monday, and then warming back up by around New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. That's a check of your full forecast. Here's Sam with Health Watch.
Thanks, Donald. Well, leading pediatrics group is going to court to try to preserve nearly $12 million in long-running federal grants. It's in response to the Trump administration taking action to terminate the funding. Last week, the Department of Health and Human Services ended 7 grants for the American Academy of Pediatrics. The Academy claims it was in retaliation for speaking out against the administration's actions that the group believes threaten children's health. That includes advocating for evidence-based vaccine policy. The pediatrics group argues the cuts undermine the health and safety of all Americans. It says important programs help pediatricians prevent and manage fatal and debilitating medical issues in children and greatly impacts pediatricians in rural communities. A group of Democratic-led states have filed a lawsuit challenging a new Trump administration policy that seeks to bar transgender care for minors at federally funded hospitals. The lawsuit centers on a proposal announced by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. last week. It targets hospitals that provide transgender medical care, such as puberty blockers, to minors by barring their participation in federal health programs like Medicare and Medicaid. Kennedy claimed the procedures fail to, quote, meet professionally recognized standards of care. The challengers allege this policy would violate the Administrative Procedure Act. The act puts guardrails on how executive branch agencies implement policies. The states claim the policy unlawfully interferes with their administration of Medicaid and impedes on the authority of states to regulate medical practices within their borders. Well, a Virginia boy battling an extremely rare form of cancer got a holiday surprise on Wednesday from a group of supporters. But as Cameron Thompson reports, the 3-year-old had an even bigger surprise in store for them.
It's a special day on Alexia Lane in Yorktown.
Ready, set, go!
As two warriors test their speed against each other.
Oh, he's too fast! He's too fast, guys.
But while their opponents on this makeshift track, they're on the same side in a much bigger fight.
Oh, he won again.
As 14-year-old Peyton Arthur,
acute lymphoblastic leukemia,
and 3-year-old Declan Carberry,
rhabdomyosarcoma,
are both in a fight against cancer. Or to hear Declan say it,
what are you doing to cancer?
Beating him in the booty.
You're beating cancer in the booty. Yep.
This is the first time the two have met, with Peyton coming by to share her experiences and give Declan some holiday cheer. But
wait, what's that? Declan, come here.
She didn't come alone.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
As the meeting was really a front for a much bigger surprise. A parade of first responders, motorcycles, Ghostbusters, and even the big man himself. Organized by the Northern Neck Toys for Tots, they've surprised kids fighting cancers with these parades for the past several years, including Peyton 2 years ago.
It's very humbling, and it feels so wonderful to give back and just to know that the community is out there.
When it comes to serving your nation, we start with wearing one uniform. When that uniform comes off, we put another one on. And now we start serving our community, and Declan's a part of that community.
Declan's dad, Boston, says Declan was diagnosed a year ago, and his cancer is so rare, there's only around 250 new cases each year.
And maybe 2 or 3 kids out of that 250 make it to adulthood.
But Boston says the family only felt sorry for themselves for a few days and have since been focused on the fight and documenting their journey online.
My job as a dad hasn't changed. It's to show my son the universe and to show the universe my son.
This day, the universe came to them. Boston says many of those in the parade have been with them throughout their journey, including the motorcycle club, making Declan an honorary member.
My wife said it best, she usually does, is this is the family we never knew we needed and that we always wanted.
But while this found family brought a literal truckload of presents, it was Declan who had probably the best gift of all.
Hey, go. Pass that out. Don't open it yet. There you go. There you go. Here you go. All right, you guys can open them now. A little gift from Declan.
As of 12/23/25, Declan has no trace of cancer.
Tell you.
It's because of you all that we made it this far.
The surprise hitting Dorena Workman
Whew.
especially hard.
I know that feeling because I have been told the same thing a few months ago. I remember him sending me a video and asking me if I would fight cancer with him, that we were going to kick cancer in the booty. And that's what we've done.
They were there from the start for us, and they're a main reason why he's doing so well.
Boston says they wanted this group to be the first to know because of the support they've shown Declan. He adds it's still going to be needed because while the cancer is now dormant, Declan still has a long road ahead.
War's not over and we got a lot more battles to go. We're going to take a knee on this one, say thank you to everyone, and when it comes to the new year of 26, we're going harder and faster at it, and we're going to keep on fighting.
Or to hear Declan say it, he's going to be
Cancer in the booty.
Well, that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, why one Parsons restaurant is showing how a traditional Christmas meal can mean so much more.
and record high temperatures through the rest of the weekend. I'll have your Christmas forecast coming up.
Plus, how a beloved holiday tradition tracking Santa started as an accident caused by a wrong phone number.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:33. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Donald O'Keefe. Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Technology decided to give us a lovely present that we didn't necessarily ask for. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. They wanted to get into the Christmas spirit and give us a green screen every once in a while, and it's doing it right now. But, you know, we're just being festive. So we apologize, but it's just a little bit of Christmas fun that we're getting to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that if you guys can see, the screen is green. Either it's the Grinch, you know, because he's green, or it's because we're having a green Christmas because of how warm it is out right now.
Yes, but you know what? We're feeling festive. We're so excited to be here. You have a reindeer hat.
I have a reindeer hat that I'm gonna. I gotta put on so I can do my forecast for Christmas. So there you go. So like I was saying, it's going to be a bit of a green Christmas because temperatures are well above average. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. You know, it's definitely on the warmer side for us in this area. So I you know, the fact that it's so, oh, there we go. Now the screen is back to normal. So I hope you guys can see my wonderful reindeer hat that I have on.
It's majestic.
It is very majestic. I just came down from the North Pole. So like I was saying, if we take a look at the downtown Pittsburgh camera right now, it is feeling pretty good out there. Temperatures are well above normal for this time of year. It is well above average. Temperatures could be even record-breaking for today. We can have a high of 76 degrees.
That feels wrong for Christmas.
It really does. The fact that we're in a warm trend right now, and it's officially the first day of winter was on the 21st. So it's actually winter now, and is basically on the warmer side, and we're going to see pretty nice skies through the entire day. But I was going to say that, okay, now there we go. We are on air. There is downtown Pittsburgh. That's what we were trying to get to. Amazing Christmas morning technical difficulties. All you can really do is laugh because I have the hat on. It's really silly. Looking really good out there right now. Temperatures, like I was saying, are well above average. 7th and range line looking pretty good. I think there's a star right there. You can see the star on the camera. If you can't see it, that's okay because it's pretty nice out right now. 32nd range line. People are starting to get out, do their morning routines. Even though it is Christmas morning, people do work on Christmas. But a lot of people are probably sleeping in because they're like, well, now I'm going to wake up in a couple of hours and the kids are going to be ripping over those presents. It's going to be a great morning. But we do have a fog advisory. So if you are out on the roads, there is fog out in the northern counties and northwestern counties until noon today. And let's take a look at that fog right now. So if you are driving through Yates Center, Iola, Chanute, you guys have about 0 miles of visibility. Fredonia just over 2 miles, and Sedan just under 4 miles of visibility. So if you're in any of those towns driving through, please be careful. It is very, very dense fog. The rest of the area out to the east looks pretty good. So taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 59 degrees in Pittsburgh, looking pretty good temperature-wise across the board. Out to the northwest, like I said, about 50 degrees out in Yates Center. You guys are on the cooler side. That's where most of the fog is. But as we head to the east, temperatures in the low 60s. So taking a look at our future track today at noon. Winds out of the southwest, mostly sunny skies, a bit breezy. We're going to get some clouds in the afternoon and evening time that could bring some sprinkles to us. But overall, a high of 76 degrees, and that's going to break a record. But I'll have those details coming up as reindeer falls off my head.
Well, thanks, Donald. In Parsons, Kansas, one local restaurant went out of their way to spread Christmas cheer. KOAM's Nellie Lopez gives us insight of how a Christmas traditional meal can mean so much more.
Just show our support and love for them that they show us.
Jason Smart, the owner and manager of Vendors, prepares a traditional meal to serve his community, who also became part of his family.
You know, it's about being with your family. Just the holidays, people, you know, a lot of people don't have a place to go to eat, so instead of charging them, just they can come here and eat.
In the season of giving and spending time with others, a free meal is sometimes overlooked.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. There's a lot of people that needs that help right now. There's people out there starving, and it's very sad. and this is a wonderful thing that they're doing, and they have great food here.
One of the Parsons residents noticed the efforts that Benders put for this free meal.
Not a lot of restaurants can afford that, especially personally owned. I hope they get it back tenfold. I really hope they help others, people like this.
But this wasn't just a time to enjoy a dinner, but also where the community become closer to one another for the season.
It's where people are coming together to help each other and be together and make new friends and learn about the community, and it's just a wonderful thing for the Christmas holidays where people can give from their hearts and their souls and just help people in need.
In Parsons, Kansas, I'm Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
Well, NORAD mainly tracks air traffic over North America, but started tracking Santa 70 years ago after a Sears ad printed their phone number by mistake. Calls meant for Santa connected to NORAD's operations center, where the team decided to play along and update kids on Santa's location. This happy accident became a holiday tradition, delighting millions and sparking questions like, how does Santa deliver gifts all in one night? Well, that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Well, coming up, several states are set to raise their minimum wage in 2026. How much more people will be making in some areas and what this could mean for the economy. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. In Consumer Watch, more popular holiday candy sold at Aldi's are being pulled from shelves. The Food and Drug Administration says a recall for holiday bark sold nationwide is expanding. The recall affects the Silver Street Sweets 5-ounce pouches of Chocor branded pecan, cranberry, and cinnamon holiday bark, as well as the Chocor branded cookie butter holiday bark. The FDA says the products may contain undeclared allergens. The FDA says the recalled holiday bark may have Best Buy dates of May, June, August, or September 2026. Silver Street Sweets issued the initial recall last month. No illnesses have been reported so far. Customers who have purchased the products are urged to throw them away. Well, mortgage rates continue to decrease into Christmas ahead of the new year. Freddie Mac's latest primary mortgage market survey shows the average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage fell to 6.18%, down from last week's reading of 6.21% and significantly lower than a year ago when it was at 6.85%. Meanwhile, this week, mortgage rates for 15-year loans increased slightly. One real estate expert predicts buyers will enter the new year with better rates and more houses to choose from. Well, nearly 24 states and Washington, D.C. will be raising their minimum wages in 2026. In some areas, the higher rates will be more than double the current federal minimum wage. This comes at a time when many Americans are concerned about affordability. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan looks at how much more people will be making in some areas and what this could mean for the economy.
Millions of Americans could soon receive higher paychecks. That's because 22 states and D.C. are raising their hourly minimum wages in 2026. In 2009, the federal minimum wage was raised to $7.25 an hour. It hasn't changed since. That's why many states, like the ones in dark blue on this map, have already set higher minimum wages. The highest is in Washington, D.C. at $17.95 an hour, more than double the federal minimum wage.
It will definitely help people at the lower end of the income distribution.
Amit Babapil is a professor of economics at Rochester Institute of Technology. He says while it's good news, it's not going to solve the affordability crisis.
Wealth inequality in the United States, where the difference between the 1%ers and the 99%ers is staggeringly large.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the amount of hourly workers who earned the federal minimum wage or less last year was around 1%.
The vast majority of employees at small businesses already earn above.
Andrew Chamberlain is the principal economist at Gusto, an HR payroll firm. He says history shows small changes in wages don't have a huge effect on businesses.
Companies either absorb the cost or they'll pass some of it forward in the form of higher prices to consumers.
Most of the wage increases will take effect January 1st. Oregon, Alaska, and Florida will raise their hourly minimum wages later in the year. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
That's it for Consumer Watch this morning, and now to Donald with a quick look at your forecast.
Well, temperatures continue to rise as we go through the morning. We're going to see a record high for today. I'll have a complete look at your Christmas forecast coming up after the break.
Well, today not only are we celebrating the holidays, but we also get to celebrate some birthdays and anniversaries, which is always my favorite part of the morning. We're starting off with Kelson High, who is celebrating birthday number 6. Happy birthday, Kelson.
And Josiah Palmer turns 16 today. Happy birthday, Josiah.
And Charity Seufert is celebrating another year older and wiser. Happy birthday, Charity.
Zach Corte is having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Zach.
And our very own Rhonda Zook is celebrating a very happy birthday today. She is part of our HR here at KOAM News. She's done a lot of years of service, and she's incredible, and we are just so grateful to have her on our team. So happy birthday, Rhonda.
Danny Peterson is having a birthday today. He turned 55. Happy birthday, Danny.
And Dorothy Slater is also celebrating birthday number 55. Happy birthday, Dorothy. Well, we love getting to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries with you every day, even on the holidays and Christmas. So if you want us to be able to celebrate with you on your special day, make sure to send those birthdays, anniversaries, pictures you want us to include to this email you can see on your screen. It's birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. But also make sure you pay attention to that deadline on your screen so that way we can make sure we get it in plenty of times.
Well, Merry Christmas, and you probably have a birthday today, so maybe you have double the presents, and it's a great day to do it because it is going to be well above average for temperatures. Taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh, sun's starting to come up, a beautiful sunrise. We're going to see nice, wonderful colors. Like I said, temperatures are going to feel really good too. 7th and Range line feeling pretty good out there. Not too much to even talk about because it's just, well, besides how warm it's going to be. 20th and Range line, a little bit fuzzy on the camera. I think that's just the camera itself though. 32nd and Range line, not too busy. People are probably sleeping in. They're like, you know what, it's Christmas morning. I'm going to be getting up and cooking breakfast for everybody and opening the presents. So let's just sleep in for once, you know. So, but we do have a bit of fog out there. So if you are out driving at this moment, we do have a fog advisory for the northern counties and northwestern counties that expires at noon. Now let's take a look at that fog right now. So if you are driving through Yates Center, Iola, you guys have 0 miles of visibility. That is very dense fog. So be careful through that area. Even in Chanute, just a 0.3 of a mile through there. In Fredonia, about 1.5 miles. Out in Sedan, about 3 miles. So if you're driving through any of this area, please be very careful. The rest to the east looks pretty good. Taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 57 in Pittsburgh. Very comfortable temperatures for this Christmas morning. Let's take a look at our future track. This is today at noon. Southwest winds bringing in that nice flow of warm air to our area. We're going to see mostly sunny skies. Then some clouds are going to start building in this afternoon to the evening time. It's still going to stay on the warmer side, well above average. And we're going to see maybe just a few sprinkles of rain out there. It really won't be too much accumulation-wise, just a little bit of sprinkles. But as we get into Friday morning, we're going to still see clear skies. It's going to be on the warmer side. Winds are going to be out of the northwest, but it's still going to be in the 70s as well. We're going to see sunny, nice sunny skies. Even into Saturday morning, we're going to see mostly clear skies. Wind still out of the south. It's still going to be bringing in that nice flow of warm air. And as we go through Saturday, still going to be nice and sunny and on the warmer side. And we're going to get it to Sunday. We're going to start off pretty nice, but Sunday there is going to be a change, and I'll get to that in a minute. So taking a look at our regional temperatures, why is it going to be so warm today and for the next couple of days? Well, like I said, we're getting a nice flow of south winds bringing in that nice warm air to our area because of a high pressure system way down there in the Gulf that's bringing in all this well above average temperature. So starting your day, 62 degrees at 8 a.m. Sunny skies through the morning, warming up to 70 degrees by 11 a.m. Our high for today is going to be 76 degrees. That's well above average. It is going to be a bit breezy, though, gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Overnight, low of 59 degrees, still breezy, gusts up to 30 miles an hour. But I want to talk about some Christmas statistics. So our average high for today is 46 degrees, and the average low is 27 degrees. The warmest day on record was set back in 2016, and that was 72 degrees. So today's high is going to be 76. So we actually are going to break that record if we get to 73, and we'll set the new record if we get to 75, 76 degrees. So we're definitely feeling very warm for this time of year. But it is December, and it is winter time as of Sunday. So we're going to have nice overnight temperatures until we get to Sunday, when that front starts to push in, dropping temperatures down back into the 20s and even in the teens. So it's definitely going to be pretty cold overnight for the start of next week. So taking a look at our 7 to 10 day here, we're going to see temperatures stick around in the 70s until Sunday, when that cold front starts to push in, dropping temperatures back down below freezing on Monday. But that's a look at your full forecast coming up when the KOM morning news switches on over to Fox 14. 2025 had no shortage of amazing, cute, and silly moments, particularly from our four-legged friends. A look back at some of our favorite animal videos from the year.
Your Wake Up recap for December 25th, your top stories to start your day. The Kansas State Board of Healing Arts suspends a Pittsburgh doctor's license after a patient dies from anesthesia overdose. Dr. Jacqueline Eustace, who founded Renew Medical and Spa, practice family medicine and dermatology treatments. According to the state board, Eustace administered excessive lidocaine to a 67-year-old woman during a cosmetic procedure in 2024. The patient suffered seizures, became unresponsive, and died from lidocaine toxicity. The board says Eustace misrepresented how much anesthesia she gave the patient. Well, a suspect is in jail accused of using a gun to steal from the Tractor Supply Company in Pittsburgh on Tuesday. Officers located and arrested the suspect in Frontenac without incident, seizing a loaded handgun. The suspect faces aggravated robbery charges and is being held without bond. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
Well, we're going to have well above average temperatures for Christmas Day, getting up to 76 degrees, which will break a record if we can reach that. And we stay in the 70s until Saturday, and Sunday a cold front pushes through, dropping temperatures back down and also bringing in rain chances. We will gradually warm back up by New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but it is going to stay in the 70s for the rest of this week. So let's enjoy those 70s while it's here, because it is winter time and it doesn't feel like that.
It certainly doesn't. Thank you, Donald. Well, just so you guys know, coming up today, we do not have a noon show on KOAM News due to the holiday.
But your morning news continues on KOM with a special Christmas edition of CBS Mornings. Coming up, Peter Billingsley, who played Ralphie in the TV classic A Christmas Story, writes a note to his younger self reflecting on his long career in entertainment.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, we visit Parsons, Kansas, where one local restaurant went out of their way to spread holiday cheer. We learn how a Christmas traditional meal can mean so much more.
Plus, we take a look at the most amazing, funny, and cute animal videos of the year. But that'll wrap it up for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we have a great day and a very happy holidays. Merry Christmas.